What if I told you your constant struggle to be happy is the very thing making you miserable? Seriously. We're all taught to chase happiness, get the job, buy the stuff, get the likes. But what if that whole chase is a trap? A game rigged against you from the very beginning? Well, the ancient Stoics knew this, and in this video, we're going to use their timeless wisdom to dismantle that trap. We're going to redefine what success actually looks like, get off the hamster wheel for good, and build an unshakable inner peace they call eudaimonia. It all starts with a seemingly innocent question we're asked as kids. What will make you happy? Our answers, a good job, a new car, the right partner, become the blueprint for our lives. But the blueprint is flawed. This chase is the great happiness paradox. The more you sprint towards it, the faster it runs away. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. You get the promotion, you buy the house, you go on that dream vacation. You get a rush of joy, and then, nothing. You're right back where you started, wondering why getting everything you wanted didn't feel as good as you thought it would. The Roman philosopher Seneca pointed this out over 2,000 years ago. The essence of his warning is that if you're on the wrong road, every step you struggle to take toward happiness just moves you further away from it. This constant striving just breeds anxiety and dissatisfaction. We become so obsessed with getting what we want that we live in a constant state of fear, fear of failing, and fear of losing what we have. And modern culture, it just pours gasoline on the fire. It pushes a kind of toxic positivity, that good vibes only nonsense that tells you to suppress any and all negative emotions. It treats normal human feelings like sadness, anger, or frustration as if they're defects, a sign you're failing at being happy. The Stoics knew this was a one-way ticket to misery. Chasing a fleeting feeling while denying the reality of life is a recipe for disaster. So, if chasing happiness is a dead end, what's the alternative? The Stoics had a completely different goal. It's a Greek word, eudaimonia. Now, people often translate this as happiness, but that doesn't even come close. It doesn't mean a good mood or a fleeting pleasure. It means flourishing. It means living a life of excellence. Put simply, it means a life well lived. See, modern happiness is a feeling we chase outside of ourselves. Eudaimonia is a state we build on the inside. It's an inner fortress that can't be touched by your external circumstances. That's why a powerful emperor like Marcus Aurelius and an enslaved man like Epictetus had equal shots at achieving it. It's not about what you have, it's about who you are. The foundation of this inner state is virtue. The Stoics pointed to 4 cardinal virtues as the pillars of a good life. 1. Wisdom, seeing the world clearly and making good judgments. 2. Courage, not being fearless, but doing the right thing even when you're scared. 3. Justice, treating others with fairness and kindness. 4. Temperance, mastering your desires instead of letting them master you. To the Stoics, these virtues were the only true good. Everything else, wealth, health, reputation, even life itself, they called indifference. That doesn't mean they didn't care about those things. It means they recognized their ultimate well-being didn't depend on them. When you tie your inner peace to things you can't control, you create a fragile emotional life. But when you focus on building your character, you build a foundation that no storm can shake. For a Stoic, joy isn't the goal, it's just the awesome byproduct of a life lived with virtue. Okay, so building eudaimonia sounds great, but how do you do it? This isn't some abstract idea, it's a daily practice. The Stoics were incredibly practical, and they developed a whole toolkit of mental exercises to train your mind for resilience and peace. Let's get into 5 of their most powerful techniques. Technique 1. Master the dichotomy of control. This is the absolute foundation of Stoic practice. Epictetus taught that the first step to wisdom is knowing the difference between what is in our control and what is not. So, what can you control? Your thoughts, your judgments, your actions, in a word, your character. What's not in your control? Pretty much everything else. What other people think, the economy, getting sick, a sudden storm. So much of our anxiety comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. The Stoic practice is simple, but it's profound. Focus all your energy on what you can control, and learn to accept the rest. In any situation, just ask yourself, is this within my power? If it is, act. If it isn't, adapt. Technique 2. Practice negative visualization, premeditatio malorum. This one's going to sound pessimistic, but stick with me, it's actually a powerful tool for gratitude. The practice, known as premeditatio malorum or the premeditation of evils, involves taking a moment to imagine that you've lost the things you value. Imagine your career vanishes, your home is gone, the people you love are no longer there. The goal isn't to create anxiety, but the opposite. First, it desensitizes you to potential loss, softening the blow if adversity does strike. As Seneca said, the shock is never as great if it has been anticipated. Second, and more importantly, it makes you incredibly grateful for what you have, right now. By contemplating loss, you learn to cherish your life more fully. Technique 3. Embrace the view from above. When you feel overwhelmed by your problems, try this exercise. Imagine yourself floating up, out of your room, above your city, and then out into space, looking down at the earth as a tiny blue marble. From this cosmic perspective, where are your problems? Where is the argument you had? Where is that professional setback that feels so monumental? They shrink into near insignificance. Marcus Aurelius practiced this to gain perspective, reminding himself of his small part in a vast cosmos. This view from above doesn't dismiss your struggles, but it puts them in context. It helps you distinguish between a genuine catastrophe and a minor inconvenience. Technique 4. Love your fate, amor fati. This might be the most challenging and most transformative Stoic principle. Amor fati is a Latin phrase that means a love of fate. It's the practice of not just bearing what happens, but embracing it, seeing it as necessary. Whatever life throws at you, good or bad, the Stoic says, this is what was meant to be, and I will use it. This is not passive resignation. It's a proactive mindset that transforms every obstacle into fuel. There's a great story that illustrates this perfectly, though it may be more legend than fact. When Thomas Edison's factory burned to the ground, destroying his life's work, he didn't despair. He reportedly told his son, "Go get your mother and all her friends. They'll never see a fire like this again." He chose to see the event not as a tragedy, but as an opportunity to rebuild, better than before. That's amor fati. You can't control events, but you can always control your response. Technique 5. Remember death, memento mori. The Stoics meditated on their own mortality, not to be morbid, but to live more fully. Memento mori, remember you will die, is a powerful reminder that your time is finite. This awareness is a clarifying agent. It strips away the trivial, the vain, and the unimportant. When you remember that you will die, you stop wasting time on things that don't matter. It forces you to ask, am I living with purpose? Am I being the person I want to be? Contemplating death doesn't make life depressing, it makes it precious. It is the ultimate motivation to stop postponing your life and start living it with purpose, now. For centuries, we've been sold a lie, that happiness is a destination. The Stoics knew the truth. Fulfillment isn't something you find, it's something you build. It is not a fleeting emotion dependent on external events, but an internal fortress constructed brick by brick, through the daily practice of virtue. This doesn't mean living a life devoid of emotion. It means guiding your emotions with reason and choosing to respond to life with courage and grace. It's about shifting your goal from feeling good to being good. So stop chasing that phantom. Instead, chase virtue. Chase wisdom. Chase becoming a better human being. The profound and lasting peace you've been searching for, eudaimonia, will arise not as the goal, but as the reward. Which of these techniques resonates with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Now, don't just watch the video. Choose one technique. Just one. Practice the dichotomy of control for a week. Spend 5 minutes on negative visualization each morning. Commit to one small change and apply it. Start your journey toward unshakable inner peace today. If this masterclass provided you with value, subscribe for more lessons on ancient wisdom for modern life. And hit the like button to help others break free from the happiness trap.